Good morning. Today we're going to do day 2 here of problem solving of word problems, and we're going to focus today on consecutive numbers. And all this is really, can I put logic to some problems here and do some algebra to solve the problem here. And if you just do some of these little tips that I want to give you today, you'll do just fine. Okay. So first of all, we got to know what consecutive means. And consecutive usually means one after another. So when I have consecutive numbers, I say something like this: 1, 2, 3. It's a one number right after another. Okay, I could have used any numbers: 33, 34, 35, etc. Okay, and we put a dot, dot, dot that goes forever. Now, here's the algebra part that if you just do this and think about this, this will get you through any of these kind of problems. If I say number 1, x is number 1, well then to get to number 2, I want to take the first number plus 1. That would give me this, whoops, got a little bit of a cold here today, I think. X plus 1. So if x is 1, and I put a 1 there, 1 plus 1 is 2. And to get to 3, I want to say, oh my goodness, not only is it cold here, I can't think. To get to 3, again, I'm thinking in my head, if x is 1 and I want to get to 3, I want to say x plus 2. And so I start to see this pattern here, that the next one would be x plus 3, etc. So if you kind of write this up here, then this will help us when we have to write the algebra part. Okay? We're going to use these algebra problems here to help us get like 3 consecutive numbers. We're going to use these guys. Now when we're talking about consecutive even numbers, I always put an example like this. I'll say, hey, I know, if I try to keep them low, 2, then 4, then 6 would be like my pattern for even numbers. And so I'm going to do the same thing, that if x was 2, I put a 2 there, that's my first number. I don't even put that up there, that's my first number. This would be my second number, and this would be my third number. Well, x is 2. In order to get to 2 to 4, because that would be my second number, I'm going to put a 2 there, and I know 2 plus 2 is 4. And then if I put a 2 in for the third number right there, if x is 2, well, in order to get to 6, I'm going to put plus 4 would give me my third number. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay? So there's this pattern here that when I'm doing consecutive even or consecutive odd, you're going to see the same pattern, that the first number is going to be an x, then an x plus 2, because we're going to skip count, then an x plus 4 would give me the third number. Okay? If you really wanted to, you could say the fourth number is going to be x plus 2 more than 4 would be 6. Okay? Because look, our next number would be 8, right? I put a 2 there. 2 plus 6 is 8. So we start to see this pattern here. Okay? Now, consecutive odd numbers, I want to do the same thing. I know, keep them nice and small. 3, then I have 3, 5, 7, dot, 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 meaning I'm going to continue on. So if our first number is an x, that would be a 3. In order to get to 5 for my second number, I'm going to take 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. To get to my third number, I want to take x, which is 3, plus 4. So these patterns here for consecutive odd and consecutive even are the same thing. Okay? If I just wanted consecutive numbers, well then I'm just going to keep going x plus whatever the next number is. Okay? Alright, so these really help me, and I usually will write this on a test to help me with my thinking. Okay? So, the sum of 2 consecutive numbers, so consecutive means one right after the other. Sum means we're going to add these 2 numbers, is, there's my equal sign, 123. So we're going to let x be the first number. I don't know why I let. And we're going to let x plus 1, because that's the second number, because they said consecutive numbers, x plus 1 be the second number. Okay, so now when we come over here, we're going to say x, there's the first number, plus x plus 1. I'm going to just put it in parentheses this one time because there's my first number, there's my second number, is 123. Okay, there's our math problem. Now, I got x's on the left side of the equal sign, so that's 2x plus 1, collect like terms, and 123. Get that 1 to the other side, and you're going to see today that these go pretty fast once you kind of get the hang of it. What do we got here? 122. Let's take 122 and let's divide it by 2. Oh my goodness. I got some weird number in there. I get x is 61. So now we think about it, 61 is going to be our first number, comma, and then 61 plus 1 would be 62. Now if you wanted to check, you could add 61 plus 62. Do they add up to 123? And they sure do. So there's my two numbers that they're thinking of. Okay? So we're going to keep using this here, pattern here. Okay? You can still see it on your page, but obviously it's going to go away on mine. Alright, so we got to read it. Two consecutive numbers. So that means one number right after the other. Okay, we're going to add those two numbers, and they said it's going to equal 85. So again, we're going to say let's let x be first. We're going to say let x plus 1 be the second. And we're going to add them. So I got x plus 1 equals 85. Notice I'm not putting parentheses anymore because I'm good enough and smart enough to know there's my first term, first number, and there's my second one. So you're going to see there's this pattern real quick here. Add your x's, plus 1, 85. Let's subtract 1. Now I got 2x equals 84. Divide both sides by 2. X equals what, 42? So my first number is 42. And then I add one more to it. My next number is going to be 43. I like to check and make sure on my calculations I have one. 42 plus 43, does that equal 85? And it does. And now I'm 100% sure that's the right answer. Okay? Now, this is where we get into a little funkiness here. Because I said two consecutive even numbers, that means I'm skip counting. And so when I go back up here to our pattern on skip counting, even numbers, my first number is going to be an x, and then my next one is going to be an x plus 2 to get to the next number. So when we come down here, I want to say let x be first number. And I'm going to say let x plus 2 equals second number. This is very important that we're skip counting. So 2, and then 2 plus 2 is 4, and that would give me even numbers, okay? So now, when we come over here, it's still pretty simple. I'm going to say x plus 2, that's my second number right there, is, and they said sum, so that means add these guys, is 54. So once again, nice and easy. I have two x's over here, plus 2, get my x by itself. I get 26. This is where you have to be careful. And yeah, 26 is an even number, so that makes me feel good that I did my math right there because they said they're even numbers. And so my first number is 26, well then 26 plus 2 is 28 is going to be my next number. Consecutive means two numbers in a row that are even, one right after the other. Again, I want to take 26 plus 28. 26 is already in my calculator, so I'm going to say plus 28, and sure enough, it's 54. So you see, pretty quick today. Even though I'm doing two consecutive odd numbers, that means one odd number added to a next odd number in order, I have that same pattern up here. When we go back to our patterns, an odd was this first one was an x, the second one's an x plus 2, because if I had 3 there, 3 plus 2 is 5. And so we can use that same pattern down here. We're going to say let x be first number. And then let x plus 2 be the second number. Now, I'm hoping when I'm done doing my math, the first number is going to be an odd number. That's a good cue to check there. All right, so we're going to have x. X plus 2 is going to be my second one. They said add them together. I'm pretty sure sum of two consecutive numbers is 128. All right, so once again, you see there's two x's. Get that x by itself. Oops. Mm-hmm. 126 divided by 2. I'm getting 63. And 63 is an odd number, so that makes me feel good again. So 63 is going to be my first number. And my next one would be 63 plus 2. I want to add 63 and 65 real quick. Sure enough, it's 128. Now, let's see how you do on this one. Give it your best shot here. It says now 3 consecutive even numbers. I'm just going to get you started here. Let x, I don't know why I just keep writing it. Let x be the first number. Let x plus 2 be the second number. Now, what's the third number going to be? Not x plus 3, if that's what you're saying. It's going to be x plus 4. For example, if I had the numbers and they're evens, if I said 2, well, 2 plus 2 is 4. That would be my next one. If I put a 2 here, 2 plus 4 is 6. 2, 4, 6. And so since I want 3 consecutive numbers added together, that's what you're going to need to do here. Is x plus 2, there's my second number, plus x plus 4. A lot of kids will say x plus 3 for this guy. Okay, but we're skip counting, okay? And we said when we add them all together, that should be 138. All right, go to work. Divided by 3, I do. I'm getting x equals 44. So this is where this comes in handy. 44 is going to be my first number, and it's an even number, so that's good. 45, 46 will be my next number. 47, 48 will be my next number. Because they say consecutive even numbers. Now one more time, I want to check. 44 plus 46 plus 48. And sure enough, it adds up to 138. Okay? All right, got 3 more, and then we'll get to practice sake. It's going to go pretty fast today. So again, I'm going to have 3 consecutive odd integers is 57. So then we have the same pattern. First number is going to be x. Second number is going to be an x plus 2. And third number is going to be an x plus 4. Sometimes I'll do this. If I have them all listed here, I see 1, 2, 3 x's. And 4 plus 2 is 6. And so now I'm just going to write 3x plus 6 equals 57. Because I want to speed my math up a little bit. And so if I make this nice chart like this, one on top of the other, then I can add up all my x's and my units here. And I can save myself some work. I want to minus 6 from both sides. Let's divide by 3. I'm getting 17. So 17 is my first one. Yep, it's an odd number. 17, 18, 19 is going to be my next one. 20, 21 is going to be my final one. Okay? Now you just got to be careful because they got us on a pattern here of going odds and evens, but now I just want the sum of three consecutive numbers. That means one right after the other. So if my first number is going to be an x, my second number, what's my second one going to be? Right, x plus 1. Because if I had 2, my next number is going to be a 3. So if I had a 2, then 2 plus 1 is 3. And then x plus 2, I need 4, 2, 3, 4. Put a 2 there because I said x is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So what did we say, 3 numbers up there? Yeah, 3 consecutive numbers. So once again, I'm going to add my x's, 3x plus 3. That's all my units there. So I want to have 3x plus 3 equals 33. So instead of writing that big old long line of x, x plus 1, x plus 2, isn't this easier? I think so. So let's divide by, subtract 3 from both sides. And now let's get rid of that 3 that's in front of the x. I'm so happy with my kids here at school that they're just doing this now all by themselves. A month ago, they were like, I don't know what to do. Should I add 3 to both sides? They're doing really, really, really well. All right, so I got 10. That's not what I had earlier here. Let's see where I'm at here. Number 20. You're probably screaming at me here. Let's see. X is my first one. X plus 1. X plus 2. 3 consecutive numbers. I like 3x plus 3 equals 33. Subtract 3 from both sides, that's 30. Oh, I see. Wait, we got to be careful more here. We got some other issues over here. Sorry, my bad. I didn't read the whole problem here. I just read the first 3 consecutive numbers is 33, more than the smallest of the numbers. So 33 more than the smallest number here, so that's going to be over here. 33 more. So I got to do this here. You just got into that bad habit there too. The smallest number is going to be x, and I want 33 more than that. So now there's my math problem. So now, again, you can do it any way you want. I'm going to get this x over here. So I got 2x plus 3 equals 33. And then I'm going to subtract my 3 from both sides. And now I got 2x equals 30. Last step is divide by 2. And now I'm getting what I did earlier today. Let's see, that's 15. So I got 15. The next one's going to be 16. And then the last one's going to be x plus 2. 15 plus 2 is 17. Now, let's see. The 3 consecutives is 33 more than the smallest number. So if I add all these guys together, 15 plus 16 plus 17, that's 48. If I took the smallest number plus 33, 15 plus 33, do I get 48? Yep, I do. So now that makes sense. I need to read the whole problem, okay, because I forgot that x. I want 33 more than the smallest number. All right, sorry about that. We fixed it, though. Let's read this one carefully. In cross country, the team's score is determined by the place of individual runners' finishes. For example, first place is 1 point, 16th place is 16 points. At their latest meet, boys cross country team scored 55 points altogether. There's 5 runners that come in. Each runner finished one after another. That's kind of strange, but I guess it could happen. So let's do this. Let's say the first runner is going to be an X. They come in consecutive order, and they said you get 1 point for every one. So the second guy is going to get the original points plus one more. So like if he was in third place, the first guy, the next guy is going to get 4 points, 1 point more because he came in next. So I'm going to keep doing this x plus 1. How many runners do we have? 5 of them. So my third guy is going to be an x plus 2. Fourth guy is going to be the first one plus 3. And the fifth guy is going to be an x plus 4. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Now, how many x's we got over here? 2, 3, 4, 5. We have, well, that makes sense. There's 5 runners, so it should be 5 x's. Let's add up all these guys. 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 5x plus 10 when I have all this together. So now let's do 5x plus 10. And they said they got 55 points all together. So let's get rid of that 10. Let's get rid of that 5. So x equals 9th. So what places did they come in if they were going to get 55 points? So the first guy is going to come in 9th place. The next guy is going to be 10th. The next one's going to be 11th, 12th, and 13th. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so if I add up all these guys, let's see, x is 9. That'd be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I add up all these guys, they better come up to 55. Let's see, 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13. Sure enough, 55. All right, so just kind of use those patterns there. I don't care if you make a list over here and line everything up like all your x's versus up here where we did it going across like this, okay? All right, good luck, and finish that next part of the page of consecutive numbers, and that paper will be due tomorrow for both days. All right, have a good day.